5, 4, 3, 2.
Salley with 1 on the clock. Oh, a heartbreaker for Chicago. He ran all 24 seconds and then drilled it. Timeout, Chicago. This place is up for grabs.
Remember, do things that make you smile. Everybody has a story. Hi, I'm Monique Mannen. Now, tell me your story.
Never ever let life hold you down. Tell me your story. Don't worry.
Hey, welcome to Tell Me Your Story with Monique Mannen. I'm excited to meet our next guest. He's a former pro basketball player who earned his nickname Spider because of his long arms. John is one of the original bad boys of the Detroit Pistons. He's a father, a husband, actor, entrepreneur, talk show host, philanthropist, wellness advocate, vegan, and a champion in all that he puts his hands on. Not to mention, he's super intelligent and hilarious. I have a great story to share with you. I had just delivered my son, and I was in the hospital, and he came to visit, and he just cracked up laughing. He said, "Mo, your nose has just spread and it's huge. I just had the baby and this is his hello." But that's John. So no, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce you to the one and only John Spider Salley. Welcome, John.
Thank
I
you.
want to start from the beginning. How did Brooklyn shape and influence you, and where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Canarsie. Being a New Yorker automatically sharpens your skills.
Right.
I was raised a Jehovah's Witness until I was 17, 18 years old. That way, I guess I got whatever spirituality.
I did not know that.
You didn't know? Yeah. I learned how to sell God, so I know I can sell anything else.
Wow.
And then I started searching for all those different things. So I studied Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Santeria, Scientology, all of it. I wanted to know what everybody was
But
believing.
that's your personality, right? Once you find out about something, you dive in and really, he comes out knowing more than anybody that says something to him because you
Because
will
you
study it and
right.
digest it,
You can't just
dissect
tell me.
it.
You can't tell me this is it, and I'm supposed to believe it. I went to Egypt, and I realized that everything I've ever learned in Christianity or in Judaism came from Egyptology. But I not that I had to go to Egypt to see that. But when you go and you're looking at symbols and you're seeing what they talk about, and you start realizing, well, the Jews were in Egypt, so they had to take a lot of that. And then out of the Jewish religion, Christians, so they had to take what they had in Judaism. That was the Old Testament. So I just, one day I just kept searching and searching and searching. Now I just look in the mirror. Every time I look for God, I go, there you go.
At what age did you know you wanted to be a pro player? Like you knew, this is it. I'm going to do this.
So this is why it's important that I said I was a Jehovah's Witness. So if y'all know, we knock on your door on Saturday mornings when most people are asleep.
Right.
Well,
You mean business?
we mean business. So Thursday night, I was at the Theocratic Ministry School. Tuesday, we were doing book study. Saturday, I'm knocking on doors. Sundays, I'm studying the Watchtower and the Wake. Saturday night. Sunday, we go to the Kingdom Hall. Some people go back and field service. So a lot of my time was spent focused on other than myself. So when I played basketball, I knew I had a limited amount. So I did not waste the time. So at the age of 6, this kid, Eric Jones, we were playing basketball. His father was, cool. He had an afro, these pork chop sideburns. And he was talking about all the girls, like the basketball players, and they play inside. And, you know, I was a football player with my brothers. So at 6, I realized I wanted to impress the women. At 12, I realized at 6th grade, I was going to be a pro. And a lot of people may look at that and say, well, how'd you know? Well, that became my plan because I realized at 12, Magic Johnson went into the pros at 19. 7 years after I decided, Magic was like a pro. My brother said to me, are you going to be a pro at 19? And I was 15 at the time. Well, most of us become pros 21, 22. I was one of those. So my focus was laser.
Right.
Like everything was great. My girlfriend never left me. She was brown, orange, 9 pounds. I took her everywhere with me. I would dribble her. I would sometimes pass her. I didn't like passing her. So my mentality was basketball was my outside life. That was my extracurricular activity.
Wow. And how did high school and Georgia Tech shape you, you know,
Well,
and prepare you to play in the pros?
I was the last picked on my high school team in 10th grade. And the reason, we had 17 people on the team. We only really have 12. But he had like a taxi squad because we couldn't afford JV. And the reason he even let me be on the team, Mo, is he was my social studies teacher in 8th grade.
So you threw your bone.
He did. He knew I practiced. Every day he would look out the window while he's giving somebody a test. And when everybody else is, you know, too cold to go out, I'm on the court. And he just thought that I was so dedicated to it. So from being the last picked on my 10th year to being the #1 player in New York City, and 2 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was definitely a laser focus.
Right.
So then I picked Georgia Tech because I'm a student. And then they were big on student athletes.
Right.
They didn't have a well-known basketball team. Matter of fact, they were the worst team in Division I. But by my junior year, we were the #1 team in the country. So I just have this thing of finding guys who want to be great.
Right.
And we put our energies together. Then we went to Detroit, and we became Drake. It's just what it is. It's just.
Yeah. Then you got to play with like the greats, like
Thank you
Jordan.
for calling me great.
Wait, no, seriously.
Oh, you mean to play with the other greats?
Jordan, Bird, Magic, Kobe, Shaq. I mean, how
Isaiah.
was that?
Well,
Of course, Isaiah, yeah.
yeah, they were all right. They were okay.
Did they inspire you? Did any of the, who inspired you to go like that? Yeah, that's it. This is my lane.
No, this is the craziest thing, and I say this. I never look at men, period. But pause. I never look at men as being better than me. So I never thought that they were better than me.
Good.
And then I would prove that.
Right.
I had this real particular thing about I'm on this court too.
That's right.
You put your socks on the same way, sneakers, your pants. You have to put the orange thing inside the orange thing.
That's right.
If you can put it in there, I can put it in there. So I've always felt that I belonged. I never looked up to my peers. I was on ESPN, and they asked me for my top 5, and Michael Jordan wasn't in it. I said that, and they were like, you don't have Michael Jordan in your top 5? And I go, he's a constituent.
Tell me your story. Never ever let life hold you down. Tell me your story.
After working over 30 years in Hollywood, working with Prince on the music video Kiss, Eddie Murphy on Coming to America, Will Smith on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Paul Abdul, to name a few, I realized, they got inspired by somebody. I would love to hear their story, right? And then I realized that dancers were going into depression because they didn't know what to do live after dance. So that's when I wanted to put some sunlight on them and also be a teaching tool for the baby dancers out there, but also let them know, like, these are the dancers that paved the way for you, right? And then I was dealing with out-of-control eczema. It took me 3 years to find a healthy solution, and I became a health advocate, getting testimonials coming in. I realized that everybody has a story. And that's how I created the show, Tell Me Your Story with Monique Mannen. What is your story? I would love to hear it because everybody has a story.
My name is John Salley, and you're watching Tell Me Your Story with Monique Mannen. It's like I was on ESPN, and they asked me for my top 5, and Michael Jordan wasn't in it. And I go, you're asking for my top 5.
Right.
So that would be Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson.
Wow.
Like, I'm going to talk about the people that
Not
I
Dr.
watched.
J?
Dr. J that's my top 5.
Okay.
Including Jay. And I said that, and they were like, you don't have Michael Jordan in your top 5? I go, he's a constituent.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's not a hero of mine. He's a guy that I sent home 2 years in a row crying and not wanting to hang out with me
Because of the
we beat him.
long spider arms.
I was like, hey man, I'm sorry we had to beat you. It was either you or me, and I'm gonna pick me.
That's right.
So I don't look at, I think Magic and Bird were great. And I say this, Magic got in what, 79, 82 or something? I don't know, 82?
Mm-hmm.
So from 82 to 89, it was Magic and Bird.
Right.
And from 89 to 90, it was Isaiah Thomas and
Bad
Detroit
boys.
Pistons. Right.
Bad boys.
And then from 91 to 98, it was Michael. People want to make him greater than everybody else that come before him. And I don't even think, if you ask Michael Jordan who his greatest player, greatest player of all time, he doesn't say me. Mm-hmm. So if the greatest of all time doesn't count himself as the greatest of all time,
Right, because
might not
everybody gets inspired by somebody.
Yeah, because if you ask Muhammad Ali who the greatest of all time, he's going to say me. So that made him the greatest of all time.
Right, right. But that was his whole image, his whole thing.
He was not wrong.
That's true. That's true. And you know, and you are the first to win three championships in 3 decades. That's huge.
2 millenniums.
Yeah.
A little dog. No. It's funny that you say that. When I think about it, it's a team sport. But like I heard Isaiah Thomas say, man, Dennis Rodman got 5 championships. Sal has 4. And I realized he only had 2. And I was like, I didn't even realize that people looked at it that way. But I also, if you're going to be somewhere, why not be the best?
Right.
Why be, there's already enough crowd there. Somebody got to be on stage. Might as well be me.
Oh, talking about on stage, how was what was the biggest surprise adjustment transitioning from pro ball player, the fans, the pro workouts and all that? How was that?
That is a great transition into being an actor or being an entertainer, because the dedication, you have to be selfish. And I tell people the most important thing is to be selfish. And what do you mean by that? I'm not saying you shouldn't have it too, but I don't have time to go to the club.
Right.
I don't have time to go to that house party because I'm focused. I got to practice. I got to get up in the morning. I got to do this. This is what I'm choosing to do.
Right.
When I got to Hollywood, which was a great transition because since 1989, I started on Inside Stuff, and I was training on how to be in front of a camera.
Nice.
What makeup to wear, what colors to wear.
Right.
To speak the King's language, not to speak in double language.
Yo, what's up?
Well, you can. There's a place for everything, but if that's what you want to portray.
That's right.
And I can say things that definitely, I guess, fit the vernacular of a African American, or I can just speak the language so you understand it. I learned to get into a question, get out of it.
Right.
I learned a lot from Larry King, Johnny Carson, Arsenio Hall. I paid attention. So I paid attention to what they were doing and how they were entertaining, and that's what I wanted to do. Now in acting, like when I first met you, you were driving from Miami to Orlando to be in a sitcom that spoke German. I said, do you speak German? You said no.
Yeah. No, I can. No, wait a minute. I speak fluent Dutch. Yes.
Right.
And I can,
You were in a German sitcom and didn't speak German. So I said, this is the biggest hustle I have ever seen.
No, but you know what? They didn't ask me, do you speak German? I can understand German. Do you understand German? I said, yes. So when I was walking on the set, the producer was walking with me and he's speaking in German to me, right? And I'm like answering him in English. He stopped like, eh? He was like, you don't know how to speak German, do you? I was like, no, not fluently.
So just imagine, I learned from my friend that once you get the job, then you got to do what the job is.
That's right.
I learned also when you're acting, you're not acting. You're playing a character. So that was a big.
You got to be that character.
That was a big transition.
Right.
Because as an athlete, you have to be that athlete.
Right.
So once I learned that, to leave my ego and my basketball at the door,
Right.
use the same work ethic, I was able to play Fletcher. I was able to play. I think I did something like 14 movies and 66 TV shows.
Bad Boy 1, 2, Eddie. A lot of sitcoms that he was on.
And I always, my mother used to say to me, I used to sit so close to the TV, and she goes, stop gazing in the devil's eyeball. And so I always knew it was some evil, because she said it was evil. But I also knew I wanted to be in it. I wanted to be the one people were watching.
Right.
The crazy part is I don't remember anything I've done once I do it.
Right. I remember I did a play and you brought Heavy D to
Yeah.
see me in the play. And that's when I knew, it's like, you really want to do this.
And that's when I knew only go to plays on Broadway. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. No, it was so good. This is how much influence, God rest his soul, Heavy D, how much influence you had. Heavy then did a play directed by Elroy Lindo.
Okay, yeah.
And Heavy said, if I didn't know that was a way of going, I would have never thought to be that an actor. Because on stage is entirely different
Oh, yeah.
than being in front of the camera.
Especially on stage, you on, and they don't miss a beat because you're on.
Right.
You like people like this, and you like sitting duck.
No, in sitcoms I can say, let's take that again. And we'll move it back, and I can hit it again. They can punch it in.
Not on stage. It's
No.
live.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
like playing ball again.
But that's the best part about on stage, though, because it's instant gratification, because instantly people let you know if they love it or not. And it's like for a movie or a TV show, you have to wait for it comes out.
Right.
Sometimes a whole year, sometimes a year and a half before a movie comes out.
You also get a bigger check.
That's true.
To wait.
Yeah. Oh, please don't pay. You know.
When I found out that y'all do it for the love,
Yes.
that was basketball. And then when I realized I could play like this at the YMCA and still get the same gratification without the check.
That's right.
I decided I'm going to get the gratification and the check.
The check. Exactly.
Gotta get the
Exactly. My personal favorite that you did, because I love everything you've done, because you're very natural, very believable. It's very hard to do, especially people that's not their lane.
Right.
And you really adjusted. You took it and ran. My favorite still is you as the talk show host, one of the hosts from. And I love the title, just the title alone, the best damn sports show, period.
It was. Let me tell you how far.
Because it's so you.
It was.
You are so you. Your sense of humor. You're charming.
Thank you.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, that is so him.
And just to let you know, they didn't realize I didn't know anything about sports until I got on the show. They really said, you don't watch. I go, no. Like, I don't. I'm a performer. I'm not going to sit and I don't like watching other guys do it.
Really?
No, it's not entertaining to me.
Oh wow.
It never was.
Not even the highlights.
Highlights. Oh, if I got to talk about it.
You will.
If I got to talk about
you would
it,
cheat and just watch the
I watch
highlights.
ESPN like everyone else and say, oh, this is what I realized about TV. I got a limited amount of time to talk.
That's right.
And I'm going to say what I need to say in a limited amount of time that's not different than what you've already heard, but with a twist.
Right.
So I understood how that timing worked. And a lot of people think that got to be your life. It's not my life.
Right.
I did it. I did it all the time. But the one thing about transitioning, especially that show, the Best Damn Sports Show, I knew it wasn't just for me. It was for every single athlete that came after me. And these guys are doing great now. They take the classes.
Right.
I tell them, make sure you're in with this person who teach you how to use your voice.
Right.
How to ask a question and get out of a question.
I'm gonna learn from that.
All of that, yeah. But you're doing a great job. But because and it was important that players showed that they had a personality, because we don't believe athletes had a personality unless we see their hair color or they wear some funny clothes.
But I was just thinking that the loud suits.
Yeah, you know, when they do all that.
Right.
But they have a personality and they should be able to show. And most athletes are intelligent, but they don't get we get caught in a situation where, you know, the dumb drop.
Just dribble.
Before you get there.
Yeah. So you wore so many hats. Which hat is your favorite hat?
I
hard?
like being a dad.
Right.
Sometime. I like being a husband. Sometime. This is the funniest thing. My hat of life. I like no one. I tell you this all the time. I went to Costa Rica and I did a show called "I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here."
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the jungle for 28 days. And if you know anything about me, I don't go barefoot. And we were in the jungle, and I was like, I was wearing boots into the ocean, into the river. I'm not going barefoot. And I just wonder why, like, white folks get all this money and they go camping.
Right.
That's called homeless
right.
in my neighborhood, right? So I don't like the homeless feeling, but I got to learn who I was in 28 days by not being John Salley. I was, whatever the number was, I was on their time. Mm-hmm. I was 7 hours away from home, no car, no cell phone, nothing. So I had to literally deal with myself. But it opened up a lot of, I literally came home and told everybody, I'm going to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how. This is the only life I have.
Nice.
And anybody that doesn't like it, they got a problem.
That's right.
I don't have a problem.
Right. I love that about you, though.
Yeah. But I haven't,
do.
now, you know, I used to do it and be quiet about it. Now,
you just express yourself.
I don't. I tell them no one cares.
Right.
And they go, yes, they do. I go, what's Cher's boyfriend name? And they go, who? But do you remember we all knew who Cher's boyfriend name was in the 90s? We all paid attention to what Cher was doing, what Madonna was doing, what Michael Jackson was doing. No one cares now.
No, yeah.
So.
Because we overloaded. With information.
We got somebody else to think we care about.
Yeah.
So that's my mentality.
Right. So 2020 either revealed who you are or exposed who you are. What did it do for you?
My mother died in January 2020.
Wow.
At 96. Kobe died the 25th. 26. I got to realize life was short.
Yeah.
And then I did a movie called Sneakerella for Disney. Mm-hmm. And I got to act, and I got to rap, and I got to kind of dance, but not. They were trying.
Oh, I can't wait, because then I'm going to really let you have it. I can't wait. Okay, go ahead.
No, I know. And they were trying to get me to do steps, and I said, hold on. I'm from Brooklyn, son. I'm Nas, Jay-Z. I'm not MC Hammer.
Hey, they had a lot of break dancing coming from Brooklyn.
They were on the side while Jay-Z and Nas rapped. And so I convinced them that that's how I should be.
Right.
I played a king. It's really, 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 it's a Disney Plus, comes out soon, I hope. Mm-hmm. So I got to, in that year, realize no one cares.
Yeah.
And it sounds so morbid, but it's not. All we do, we're born and then we die. Mm-hmm. Everything in between is what we choose.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
So I choose to act, travel, swim when I feel like it, drive fast when I feel like it, sleep. Mm-hmm. Like I will take a nap whenever I feel like it.
Nice.
I don't.
I got to do that one. That one is, I got to do that one more often.
You got to take, when you sleepy, go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's your time.
Wow. You adapted a plant-based diet, raw vegan lifestyle, and then you open up a restaurant. Yeah. How, why, when, what, who, what?
Well, this is, so in 91 is when I first picked up the plant-based lifestyle.
Okay.
And then I was a liar, that's called a vegetarian, until 2006. And then I realized that a vegetarian doesn't eat cheese, fish, or animal byproducts. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna be a vegetarian, you have to eat vegetation. Wow. So once again, at the age of 40, I decided to stop lying about anything. At 50, when I finally stopped lying,
You're going to keep saying that line.
No, I don't.
You are.
At 60,
I stopped lying.
No, at 50, people started realizing I gave no whatsoever. But at 40, I said I was going to stop lying. Mm-hmm. And so if I'm a vegetarian, you have to be a vegetarian. And they call that a vegan. And since then, my cholesterol's gone down. My pre-diabetes is stabled.
Nice.
And the reason I say that, because if you're black in America, you're pre-diabetic from birth.
But it's also the food.
That's why.
Yeah, the diet.
Right. Our diet makes you a diabetic.
Right. Lots of fried.
Fried and a lot of, and we don't realize that the oil is not good for us.
That's right.
They even tell you now, use olive oil, even in the healthy stuff, and that's the worst thing.
Right.
So once again, like you said, I don't just hear things, I have to investigate. Mm-hmm. And I found out that was the best way to keep this human avatar working, was by not putting things in it that make it not work. So I treat my body like a Bugatti. I used to treat it like a Ferrari.
I love it.
But now it's like a Bugatti.
I love it.
Yeah.
By the way, you'd be great in Avatar.
Oh yeah. I'm the same height.
Yeah. You should really.
I'm wearing the colors.
Tell your agent to go after that one.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
Well, I met James Cameron a couple of times. I'm cool just knowing him.
Okay.
Cool just knowing
Cool.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on top of the world.
He's a different dude, man.
Okay. So, is it true that you and your daughter started a weed business?
Yeah, this is the name of the company is Deuces, and this is a 2 and a 2, but the way she designed
Your numbers.
Right, it looks like a Salley, it looks like
Right.
an S, but it's a 2 and a 2. Her name is Tyler Milan. She's a 25-year-old CEO, top 50 women in cannabis, according to High Times.
Nice.
We launch in Michigan on September 22nd,
Oh.
Vegas, October 22nd. This is what happened, Mo. She was going to college, and she decided, she's 6'2", that she wasn't going to play basketball.
Right.
And that she wanted me to play for her to get a college education.
She wanted you to play?
Pay.
Oh.
And I had already paid for,
Right.
we live in Los Angeles, so I already paid for private school here.
Right. Yep. That was
So-
a college. That was a college.
That I
degree.
was obligated to.
Yeah.
The rest of it is on you.
Right.
But after the first year, she said, it's going to cost like $300,000. Yeah. She said, and you're investing in my future. I said, yeah. She said, I want my future to be in cannabis.
Okay.
So whatever money you were going to invest in college, I'd rather you invest that into the cannabis business.
Oh, she's smart.
That's why she's CEO.
Yeah.
And this is what I tell people. Not that anything is wrong with college.
No.
It's great.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go to college to then get a job, then that's what you're supposed to do. But if you're going to go to college to be a boss, it's kind of hard to be a boss when they train you to be an employee.
That's right.
And she knew they weren't going to teach her about cannabis in college. So now we have a consultant business where she can consult other people about cannabis, how to get in it, social equity that we're a part of here in Los Angeles, what weed she likes. And this is all to her too. So we have a hybrid, an indica and a sativa. And we have Deuces Academy that teaches people and destigmatizes the idea about cannabis. Right. So her first contract, which we're still waiting on, is like $1.2 million at 23 years old.
Wow.
So if you can get $1 million
at 23.
at 23, you should do it. Just like if you were.
So you rubbed off on her. Big time.
Yeah, she pays me.
Yeah. She pays.
Hey, I pay for you. Your turn to pay
back.
for me.
It's a mofo.
Right. And so we shooting a reality show, and so it just destigmatized. So I'm able to do television. She's great in front of the camera. I don't know where that came from.
Right.
And it's a business. So we literally, people get to transparently see how we mature in this business.
I love it. And when I see her, she just looks so comfortable in her skin.
Yeah.
She really does.
Yeah.
Just like you.
She's a Salley.
You're
She's
like,
a
this
Salley.
is it. Yeah, I love it.
And it's so funny that I even say it like that because I didn't realize how much pressure there was.
Right.
And they go, you put so much pressure on us. I said, I don't say anything to you. She goes, that's the pressure. You don't say anything.
Right.
You don't
You just
get
expect.
mad. Right.
You just expect.
I supposed to.
Yeah.
We did all the work.
Right.
Like Phil Jackson, when I played for the Lakers, he didn't yell. He yelled in practice. No reason to yell during the game.
Right.
If
I'll get your butt tomorrow.
If you didn't listen in practice,
Right.
You gonna listen in the game? No.
Right.
So mentality was we did the work.
That's right.
Now let's go have fun.
That's right. Any advice you got for any young Spider Salley out there?
Yeah. Practice more than everybody else, and don't believe the hype. You can always get better.
Awesome. And what makes you smile?
What makes me smile? Waking up.
Waking up?
When I wake up, I smile. You should see, I drink water. I may pass gas. I smile. Like I made it. You know? Mo, when I turned 25, I called my mother. I said, Mom, I'm 25. She goes, you made it.
You made it.
You made it.
Right.
And I told her when I was 50. She goes, you're 50? How old am I? And I was like, you old, Mom. If I'm 50, you old.
See, even with your mom,
Yeah.
you don't spare your mom even with your jokes.
No. We were cracking jokes at the funeral. It's just how it's going to be. It's how I deal with.
That's who you are.
I deal with pain.
Yeah.
With jest and laughter.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, do things that make you smile. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and talk to you later. See you in the next one. Do things that make you smile.
Deuces.
Bye. Deuces.
Tell your story. Never ever let life hold you down. Tell your story. Don't worry, be happy, down, upside, frown. Tell your story. Motivation, inspiration, uplifting and giving. Tell your story. Inspiration, motivation, it's your life, so keep living. Tell your story. Never ever let life hold you down. Tell your story. Don't worry, be happy, down, upside, frown. Tell your story. Motivation, inspiration, uplifting and giving. Tell your story. Inspiration, motivation, it's your life, so keep living.